Thank you so much for joining our webinar today. It's just 1 past 4, so I would like to start the webinar. But before we start the webinar, for those of you who's not familiar with GoToWebinar, you have a control panel, I believe, on your right top corner of your screen where you see a hand icon. You'll be able to address any question at the end of the webinar. So I would recommend you to save the questions till the end, but you are also welcome to type the question from the questions tab on the control panel. So one of us will be able to answer those questions. Also, if you can't see my presentation slide or hear me, you can also type those issues there. So I am going to share my screen now and go into the webinar. I hope everyone can see my screen now. Here you go. So today you're attending the webinar on how to become a Salesforce admin, and we'll a little bit focus on how you can move from other on-premise CRM system to Salesforce consulting as well. To give you a little bit of background, my name is Momo Yamada from K2 Partnering Solutions. For those of you who haven't heard about K2 Partnering Solutions, we are a consultative recruitment company focusing on a specific area within IT, such as ERP, Salesforce, and other emerging technologies such as cybersecurity, Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. This webinar today is more of an informative webinar that gives you an idea of what is happening in the Salesforce market now, and the ecosystem, of course, and what is predicted to happen in the future. So that might help you consider moving into this area. So before I go into how you can transition to Salesforce consulting, I would like to cover why there is a big demand in Cloud CRM. Everyone today who's attending the webinar today probably know that there is a movement towards cloud in all the IT market. But what is the reason that is happening now? One of the good reason and a big reason is because of the cost for on-premise implementation. If you look into this graph, you can see the hidden costs when implementing on-premise. So on the left side of the graph, you'll be able to see the cost for the on-premise. Software licenses cost on the on-premise solution is very small. So on the top of the iceberg, you can see that the licensing cost is small. But if you look into all the hidden costs underneath the iceberg, you will find out the unseen costs. Think about the cost from the organizational perspective. There are all these costs like upgrades costs, downtime, maintenance fee. And if you compare this with cloud solution, most of the costs are within the subscription fee and very little to implementation and customization. So the cloud computing you will be seeing on the right side of the graph. 68% comes as a subscription fee, and other hidden costs is much smaller comparing to the on-premise. Not only cost effective, but you can easily customize that system to adapt without going through again to upgrade the system. And imagine how costly that can be. Second reason would be the scalability. With Cloud CRM, there are flexibility on scaling up and down their system based on the company's business trends. Last reason would be the accessibility and flexibility as well. Accessing data wherever, anywhere. Last reason would be accessibility and flexibility, accessing data anywhere and anytime, which helps companies' mobility as well. And the last offering, Salesforce One, you probably heard about it in the past, but it provides mobility support, Internet of Things functionalities, and SMAC, social, mobile, analytics, and cloud components as well. Software, so future of CRM, future is the cloud, but what is the reason? Why are we moving towards cloud? Software as a service has become one of the buzzword recently, and I believe most of you are attending today's webinar because you are interested in the cloud technology. So you already know how the market is moving towards cloud. However, I wanted to share with you the actual statistic that can help you make the mind to move towards the cloud solution consulting. And focus on agile and cloud solution will continue to rise over the next years. And researchers stated that 70% of the business out there have at least one application in the cloud, and on-premise installation predicted to drop from 65% in 2013 to 38% in 2018. So you see there's around 30% drop within this 5 years, which shows most of the installation will be based in cloud versus on-premise. Company using mobile and self-serve CRM will dominate the market, and number of the company using greater unification of the CRM and commerce. SaaS revenue will grew 27% in 2016, which is more than double of the overall CRM market growth in 2015. And while this growth was happening, on-premise new license revenue is declining as well. So we looked on this slide, I will compare the different CRM cloud offering here. What companies are offering cloud CRM and who are the competitor of Salesforce? What are the other competitors who's offering the cloud CRM? The top 5 CRM vendor accounted for 45% of the total market in 2015, and Salesforce actually dominated in 2015 with a 21.1% annual growth rate, and absolute growth of over 902 million US dollar in CRM revenue, more than the next 10 provider combined. So you can see that Adobe also grew fast between 2014 and 15, increasing worldwide sales 26.9%. Salesforce continued to grow well above the worldwide CRM market average and increasing sales 21.1%. Comparing to that, Oracle has 6%, SAP 5%, Adobe System 4%, and Microsoft 4%. And you'll see other companies that is following from there. Obviously, we are expected to grow more from Salesforce, but what is happening in the Salesforce market now? Cloud computing is rising every year, but within the market, Salesforce, you can see on the graph here as well, is the number one platform in the cloud computing. Salesforce actually dominated 40% market share in the cloud CRM space and more than 15% in the overall CRM space. The actual value of the market at for Salesforce is around 5 billion USD as of 2015. You probably heard about Salesforce before, and that's the reason you probably are attending my webinar today. And maybe you already know there are how they are at in the cloud computing market, but these are the actual number that you can see to compare with other cloud offering product. What is Salesforce and what services do they offer? So we discussed about how the market is and how Salesforce are in the market, but what service, what differentiation they provide, and what is attracted for the customer. Within the Salesforce CRM, a company's sales, marketing, and customer service team are able to understand every customer on an individual level and create personal experience for each of its clients. This makes the CRM software more than just a platform or a service. It's a tool that can directly increase sales and customer retention. Salesforce has been known as an innovative industry leader throughout the years. It has gone far as cloud source its innovation, providing businesses with even more benefits than what its core products offer. Salesforce has implemented the App Exchange. You probably heard about it before, which is the number one destination and resource for pre-built business application. The App Exchange is essentially a cloud computing app market for the business that are already Salesforce customer. That gives Salesforce customer access to thousands of business application verified by Salesforce, and customer can also build their own business application to help with their specific business need. Some say that CRM and cloud has less flexibility on implementation or customization. However, I just mentioned, App Exchange can actually help with companies' needs and adjust as much as possible, like an ERP as well. On a previous slide, we looked at what is happening now on Salesforce Market, but I want to show you now what is expected to happen in the future in the Salesforce space. More than 1 trillion US dollar in IT spending will directly or indirectly will be affected by the shift to cloud during the next 5 years. And this will make cloud computing one of the most disruptive forces of IT spending since the early year of digital age. For example, some of you might already heard about Salesforce economy. IDC mentioned that it's actually creating 1.9, it will be creating 1.9 million job, and 389 billion US dollar in GDP by 2020. 2020 is now it's 2017, so it's just going to be 3 more years. And you'll be able to see on the graph here how much job and how much GDP it's going to actually increase in the market year by year. And here on this graph, it shows which country they are targeted. So you can see the increase. So on the right side, it might be a little bit small for you to see, but these are the countries as well as the dollar made by the Salesforce ecosystem for each 51 made by Salesforce by 2018. So you can see we have United States 3.1, 3.8, Canada 4, France 3.8, Germany 3.1, Netherlands 3.3, United Kingdom 3.1, Australia 3.3, and Japan 3.3 as well. And of course, customer benefits by project type. Operational improvement is one of them, and it actually dominates 40% of the implementation. And employee productivity will increase 27%, innovation 19%, and customer facing 15%. And it actually shows, I will be sharing this presentation slide later on, but you will be able to see the actual country and the growth within that country as well. But why transition to Salesforce? So we have seen what is happening in the market and what is expected to happen. So let me summarize by talking about why you should transition to the Salesforce space. So one of the reason, of course, it's the current SaaS market and the future growth. So market is moving towards cloud, and if the on-premise solution consulting is declining, of course it's you should move into the place where the market is moving towards. CRM offering. Almost all the industry needs CRM system now. And as everything is moving towards cloud, Salesforce is offering the complete CRM, and it's a number one cloud CRM in the market as well. Salary comparison. For example, I want to compare the salary between the .NET developer average salary as well as the Salesforce developer average salary. .NET developer average salary in the UK is around 35.5 to 5 pounds, comparing to the average Salesforce developer being 53,000 pounds. So you see the average salary difference between these two technologies. Of course, if there is more demand in the market, more project happening, more client is out there, they need more talent who can actually help with the implementation. They are also the number of career paths available for you. You can move in from developer to admin to technical architect and others. So once you move into Salesforce, there are a lot of position and career paths available as well. If you don't come from Salesforce consulting, you still do have an opportunity to start from the Salesforce admin as well, and I will cover that later on the slide as well. Flexibility and large customer base. It's Salesforce is known that it's a customizable and extendable. For example, the app exchange that I mentioned before, they are working with a lot of customer who uses app exchange to connect with those apps to adjust to their business needs. And everyone needs CRM, and it's a market leader, it's one of the reason why transitioning to Salesforce is a great move. It's also easy to transition and get into the market if you have the right background. So for the admin, you can actually come from any background and you can study and become a Salesforce certified administrator. But if you want to move into developer or a technical architect, it will be if you can move in after you get certified in admin, so you have an idea what Salesforce is and how to administer the system. It will be very easy for you to transition to the admin area, and we'll be cover this more on the next slide as well. So, where is the opportunity for me? I've spoken to many people who would like to become a certified Salesforce admin. They all shared the same concern that they think they don't have the right background or experience to become a successful admin. However, don't forget that Salesforce is a tool which is similar to how you would be learning how to use Facebook, Gmail, and all the other tools that you use in your daily life. These processes and tools can be learned, and once you learn, you will be more comfortable using and then manage to become an administrator. So it's important for you to know that it doesn't require any particular background for you to become a Salesforce admin. We just need you to be passionate and understand what benefit it will bring to the market once you become a Salesforce admin. And any experience you have in the past, regardless of what it is, will play into your role to some degree. Salesforce actually have a great website where it shows how they became a successful admin, and it might be a good idea for you if you're considering to move towards Salesforce to look into the successful story that the consultant went through. So some consultant came from a hotel sales manager to a Salesforce admin, and you will see different background that they have, and it's very interesting to read how they become a successful Salesforce admin and how it changed their career as well. So here you go, from hotel sales to admin, email spammer to admin as well, from 2G phone sale to become a 6 Salesforce certified consultant. So he actually has a 6 certification now. And you can find these stories from salesforce.com.blog. So it might be a good idea for you to look into this as well. Do I need to be certified? One thing here is that certification within Salesforce are very important. You want to make a career out of Salesforce but are finding it hard to get an interview. Certification would be the easiest way for you to validate yourself as a Salesforce professional. And certification communicates skill and expertise and can validate your knowledge of Salesforce platform. Employer wants Salesforce consultant. Company who uses certified Salesforce specialists see smoother deployment and better use of Salesforce. Getting certified in Salesforce also boosts your career and enables you to contribute even more to your organizational success. It will improve your Salesforce knowledge, which translate to a better solutions for your customers. So if the customer is looking for something, and if you are certified, you went through a lot of questions and exercises, so you do have a complete knowledge in this area, and it will be possible for you to provide a better solution and alternatives to customers. For newcomers in Salesforce world, it shows that you are serious about the platform, that you've taken the time to study and sit the exam. Clients or potential clients will appreciate that as you're adding to your credibility in Salesforce world, which is a very good thing as well. Salary difference is another reason why certification is important. So the research in US says that it can make at least 6% increase in Salesforce salary by having the Salesforce certification versus not having. And some partner offers incentives to achieve various certification, including 5K US dollar base salary increase per certification achieved. The Salesforce market is hot right now, which means that there are more applicants competing for the same position. More than likely, you will be competing against a certified individual, so don't automatically disqualify yourself and try to complete by having and holding a certification. So we have discussed about what is happening in the market and why you should become a Salesforce administrator. But what are the career paths? What do you need to do? To start off with, you can look into the tool called Trailhead. If you type in Trailhead Salesforce, on the Google search, you will be able to look into this platform. But this tool will not prepare for your certification, but it will give you a background what Salesforce is. So it will be very useful if you're just coming into the Salesforce market. So there are courses like within the Trailhead, there are courses like Admin Beginner, Admin Intermediate, Learn CRM Essential, that you can take. And K2 actually became a workforce enablement partner of Salesforce, which means that we are the official Salesforce training partner, which will allow you to, which allows us to offer a quality training that will help you get certified. We will be offering three different types of main training: marketing cloud, developer, and admin 201 courses as well, and the advanced admin. And here's a slide. You will be able to see how the courses are structured. So it's a 5 days classroom environment, and within this 5 days, you have the core ADM 201 course, but also we will have the exam preparation course included within this 5 days. Once you finish the course, you also get a voucher to the certification as well. So we will be booking you into the exam. So you need to take the exam within the 30 days of your exam, the ADM 201 course. But you can take the certification, ADM 201 certification, and once you get certified, you will also get the cashback from us as well. So, what is the next training? The next training is offered in London as well as Boston and US, and it's the ADM 201 course. Boston, we will be running it on the week of 12th of June to 16th of June. And for London, we will having it in close to Euston, but it will be on 19th of June to 23rd of June. So pricing of official Salesforce training, usually we are providing the discount to the training as well. So 5 days class, what the cost will include is a 5 days classroom training with the certified instructor. Certified instructor usually have to go through an additional step and take the courses and boot camp through Salesforce to be the certified instructor to prove that they can teach the official class from Salesforce. So these are offered within the certified instructor, and we do of course offer the official Salesforce course kit. Salesforce org for you to study your configuration, then development. And of course, we will be providing the exam prep webinar before your exam just to make sure that you understand all the questions and answer. But also, we will provide the cashback after you successfully pass the exam as well. So the pricing for this, all of them is £2,750. In dollars, it's 3,500 US dollar for these training. So in conclusion, we have discussed what is happening in the market, and K2 will be offering the programs, so the courses for the consultant in our community to aid the cost of these trainings. You are getting about for UK, you are getting about £500 cheaper than the official price. I will be sending you the presentation slide after this webinar. But if you would like to contact me with the questions, please email me on myamada@k2partnering.com. But I would like to now open up for any questions that everyone might have. You can raise a question from the questions tab. So on your control panel, there's a questions tab. You can type in the questions there, or you can raise your hand and I can unmute you so you can ask the questions directly. Is there any questions from anyone? Okay, we have one question from Adam. What are the training included? Let me go back to the slide. Training includes training. Once you take in this 5 days classroom training, you should have an idea and you should be prepared for the exam. But it includes, of course, the certified trainer, includes the Salesforce course kit, which is like a textbooks, as well as the org, where it helps you to prepare and try out the system yourself. And we'll be providing an additional webinar for you to prepare for your certification as well. So it includes the complete, it also includes the exam cost as well. So it's a training and exam, all of them, the cost will be the £2,750 and 3,500 US dollar. Fearman has another question about, after passing the exam, could K2 assist in getting a project? Yes, we are a partner and we are a staffing firm. Our core business is coming from staffing. So definitely, if you are looking for a project, I can put you in touch with one of our recruiter who will be assisting and trying to find a project. Of course, it will depend on your availability and our client's availability, location, but we'll be helping you with the project as well. Mohan, you mentioned about what is the cashback process. So once you come into our training, you register to our training, you pay the cost of the training, £2,750, and you pass the exam. You will be able to ask for the cashback to K2. The pricing is 100 US dollar once you pass the certification. So in pounds, it will be £75 cashback from K2. Is there any other questions from anyone? Okay, I think we don't have any other questions. We're exactly 30 past now. I will be sending you over the presentation slide, but you can contact me again. My email address is here, myamada@k2partnering.com. You can email me directly. And if you reply on the go-to webinar email, it should come to my personal email as well. So feel free to reach out to me with any questions you might have. And thank you so much for attending today's webinar, everyone. I hope you have a nice evening or morning wherever you are. Thank you. Bye-bye.